The film story opens with a car race that Archie has won just like every year. This victory earned him many admirers, including G, the film's protagonist. And just like Archie, one day he wants to be a successful racer. Because of this passion, he used to do racing practice with his small scooty, which was less beneficial to him and more harmful to others. No one was happy with his actions, but still, he never gave up. How could his hard work not pay off? One day, when a girl sees him practicing, she gets impressed by him. She likes G's skills very much. Before these two could talk more here, in anger, G's grandmother dragged him home from here. Because it was time for their meditation, and in his hobby, G always forgot. He was not very interested in all this, but his grandmother used to say that it is very important for them. This meditation helps them to focus better. This enabled them to view fast-paced actions in slow motion and could enhance their focus. Grandma always wanted G to pay more attention to meditation and stay away from racing. Because his mom was also a racer, but this hobby of her racing and carelessness took her life. Now she didn't want G to go away from her. That's why she didn't let G participate in racing at any cost. But here G gets a chance to participate in a local race one day. But because he didn't know how to race, his car went out of the racing track. He loses badly. And that's why he is very disappointed now. Then he meets the manager of this race, whose name is Nash. He had been a racer himself at some point in time. He tries to explain to G that it's okay. You are losing. You can try again. He tries to convince G a lot, but sad G, he has gone home from here. Maybe this loss has removed his craziness for racing. The next morning, we saw him meditating with his grandmother. Suddenly, the floor of his house starts shaking. When he goes out, it was found out that someone has come to demolish their houses. Because at this place, a hotel, was going to be built by a racer named Archie. Seeing this notice, G can't believe it. G gets very worried and goes to meet Archie to save his house and this village. As soon as he came here, he saw a lot of trophies at home, which Archie had won in racing. Seeing this, G was getting even more impressed with him. Anyway, he didn't come here to be impressed with him, but to talk. And when he tells Archie not to demolish his village, Archie tells him that the place will be broken. Because there will be my grand hotel, in which I will earn a lot of money. G felt very bad about his selfishness here. As a matter of fact, G finds out that Archie has won all the races except the silk race. And now he is going to take part in it. G, who wants to save his village at any cost, challenges Archie here without thinking. He puts a condition on him and says that I will not let you win the silk race. And if you win, you can do whatever you want. But if I win, you will have to leave my village. Archie laughs at G a lot because he thought G was a kid, and a kid had the courage to challenge him. This was made on Archie's honor, and now he accepts this challenge to humiliate G. Now G is also coming back to the village and regretting what he did. He doesn't even know anything about the race. Seeing him upset, Nash comes to him and asks him what happened. G also tells him everything in tension, and Nash also tells him about the silk race, which runs continuously for 4 days. And in this, racers have to go through very dangerous paths, and then in the end, someone wins. Now the problem was that G didn't know even a normal race, but this silk race was very difficult. That's why Nash brings him to his garage and tells him not to worry. I'll get you ready for the silk race. Here we also know the truth that he wants to help G because G's mom was his friend. The next day, we see that G has come to his grandmother. He tells his grandmother, "Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to this village. I will save this village, and in order to save this village, I have to go away from this village for a few days." Actually, he was lying. He was going for racing training, for which his grandmother always refused him. But somewhere it was also true, because he was also fighting for the race for the village. Anyway, now we see that Nash has put some new parts in an old car for his training and made it look new. Here he shows him a race recording and also tells him what mistakes he doesn't want to make during the race. And now his training starts. Because of his passion and talent, he was learning all these things very quickly. Here it is found that his enemy Archie is keeping an eye on him, and he gets upset to see G training so well. And he gives this task to an unknown to distract him from G's training and race. Now today is the day of the race. There were many racers besides G and Archie in this race. G's car was very different from all these people's cars because Nash had made it himself, and he himself was sitting in his car with G. During this race, many people had gone out of the race, but G was moving forward without seeing anyone. On the way, Nash sees a car of such an old racer who always cheated and won. And for this reason, he was also banned from the race. Maybe he would have done the same today. Because of all this, the fight between Nash and him begins. G stands here for so long. He stays here, as long as Nash does not defeat him by fighting that racer. Meanwhile, here he meets the same girl who met him for the first time in the village. We find out that her name is Shelby, and no one else has sent Shelby here, but G's enemy Archie has sent her so that she can distract him from the race. Shelby tells him that my bike is broken. G helps her here, and in this, he gets a little late in the race. Anyway, he takes part in the race again. Now, because of staying for a long time, he was behind many people, but still, he does not give up. G drives very fast, but maybe he did not benefit from all this, because he came in 6th place in this race, and Archie had become the winner of this race. But no worries, there were many more rounds of this race. Now it is night, and Shelby comes to meet G again. Here, Shelby finds out that G does not want to win this race to earn money and fame. In fact, he wants to win this race so that his village is saved, so that the homes of all the people living here are saved. Hearing this, now she felt bad, that why she was trying to beat G by listening to Archie. Here these people get very close and talks, and during this time, G finds out that the racer with whom they had a fight in the afternoon, that racer is now punching very weak racers. And here too Nash is fighting with that racer. He goes there to handle all the fight. Here when he tries to understand the situation, then suddenly everything goes in slow motion. All this was the effect of the same meditation that he used to do with his grandmother every day. Because of the same meditation, he was able to focus so much on all these things. He easily defeated the racer who was troubling the others. After defeating this tiger racer, she had become the hero of all the other racers. The next day of the race comes, the race was about to start, and G was very surprised to stand here. Because whatever he did at night, like a hero, as if he had saved all the racers, his video was viral. He had become the hero of all the people in one day, and all the people were chanting G's name here. G gets a lot of motivation from all these things, and the race starts. Today they had to go over these snowy mountains. There was a lot of slippage on this mountain. Archie somehow crosses it, but here G's car slips. Then Nash ties a rope from a tree and tries to save G's car. And then G sees that like him, all the other racers are stuck here. All their cars are slipping and this mountain is about to break. If those people do not get down from this snowy mountain soon, they will all fall and die. G does not think that he is a part of a race. He wants to go ahead and win, but he wants to save everyone's lives. Then with the rope, he ties his car to everyone's cars, and with great difficulty, he tries to get them out of there. On the other hand, we see that his grandmother has also found out about all these things. About this too, that G has participated in a race, and about all his good deeds. Now his grandmother was not upset with him, but was proud of him. Now, where G had saved so many lives, he was also late in this race. In this way, Archie came first and G came third. While talking to the media, G says that he believes in himself. There are 2 more rounds ahead. I will definitely perform well in them, and I will definitely take a position. On the other hand, we see that Archie is very happy because of his today's victory. He is celebrating the victory that his dad comes here. His dad and brother are very angry because Archie has made a bet with a small child whose video has gone viral. And if Archie loses this bet now, his dad and his brother's business will also have to suffer a lot. That's why they went after threatening Archie that if you lose, you won't even get a penny of your property. In all this anger, Archie calls Shelby. He tells her, "What are you doing? You have not demotivated G yet. You go and know his weaknesses, and use his weaknesses to distract him." While on the other hand, we were seeing that G and all the racers were at a party. In this party, some people come to G who offer him to buy nitro from us. Nitro will increase the speed of your car. But G and Nash didn't have that much money. Then 2 more racers come here, whom G helped in the ice field. That's why they helped G here, and buy nitro from G with their money. On the other hand, Shelby had also come here. She tells G to dance, and G agrees happily. While dancing, Shelby wanted to know G's weaknesses. But while doing all this, she was also feeling bad. Her heart was telling her that G is a good person. She shouldn't deceive G with Archie's words. That's why she leaves everything here and goes to Archie and tells him that I won't do the work you gave me. But here Archie started blackmailing her. Actually, Archie had done a lot of favors to her before, and now it was time for Shelby to pay back those favors. In these talks, Archie learns that Shelby and G have started liking each other, while they didn't know that Nash was watching them from a distance. Nash, who is G's partner, has now learned that Shelby is not a good girl. In fact, she is with Archie. But he didn't even know that Shelby was good and she loved G. And Archie also wanted to use this thing. And now we see that the third day of the race has also come. Today they had to pass through the stone fields. And here before Nash comes and tells G the truth about Shelby, here Archie himself comes and tells G that you love Shelby, right? But she doesn't love you. In fact, she is with me and she was deceiving you. G was worried about all this. But Nash, sitting with him, tells him that you don't have to focus on these things right now. You keep your focus on the race. Today, this is more important for you. G agrees to Nash's words and turns on the nitro of his car, because of which his car's speed increases a lot. And soon after passing all the difficulties, he wins this round. Shelby is also very happy to see this with all the people. And we find out that Archie has now made her a prisoner. That is, he has kidnapped her. Because of driving the car at a very high speed, the car was heated up and blasted. Because of this, Nash was getting very angry at G that why didn't you listen to me? You're just like your mom. She was also emotional. She never listened to me like you. And here for the first time, G found out that Nash was the one who guided his mom too, who also taught racing to his mom. In the middle of the conversation, there is a fight between Nash and G. And these people decide to separate. G was so demotivated that he was not even ready to participate in the next race. The news of all this reaches G's grandmother. She thinks that G needs her the most right now. She leaves for the city without thinking much. While on the other side, we are shown Archie, to whom now G has come. G actually came to tell him that he is leaving this race. That is, he will lose straight away. And according to the condition, Archie, please don't ruin his village. Don't destroy his village. Instead, whatever Archie says, G will be ready to do. G was also ready to be Archie's slave for a lifetime here. Here G also sees Shelby. He asks Shelby, what are you doing here? To which Archie tells G to be more jealous, that she lives with me and works for me. And I hired Shelby to distract you from this race. And see, my job is done. Knowing this, G's remaining courage also fades away. He leaves from here. G had completely given up. He didn't want to do anything now. While on the other side, Nash was also going back to the village because of G's defeat. When he stands at the bus stand and the bus comes, G's grandmother comes out of the bus, who explains to him that at this time Nash, G needs you the most. You go to him and motivate him for the race. The scene is cut and we are shown that the day has risen up. The fourth day of the race will start in an hour, but G is not ready to take part in this race. And then a racer comes here and tells G that a fellow racer has a lot of babies. That's why he can't take part in the race. When G also tells all the racers that he is not taking part in the race, all the racers motivate him that you should definitely take part in the race. You can't change your path so close to success. While they are talking, Shelby also comes here. Shelby comes here and apologizes for everything she did that made her sad. She says that I have left Archie, and now I will never do the work that will make you sad. So they had met together. They proposed to each other here and are very happy. Finally, G was also ready that he would definitely take part in the last day of the race. But the problem was that G had no car. Then Nash and Shelby together arrange a car for him. When G goes out of here, he sees that his grandmother has also come here. She didn't come to scold him, but to motivate him for the race. She was very proud of him, and G is even more happy to know all this. Finally, the race also starts now. Everyone was trying to win this race, while Archie was cheating here. He always won by cheating. But his cheating didn't affect G much, because G was going ahead of him in this race with the help of his talent. Now there is a path in front of them that was very dangerous. It was impossible for everyone to complete this part of the race. But G doesn't give up here. Showing all his courage and strength, he gives the race to the car. He crosses all the dangerous paths very bravely, and somehow he reaches the finish line before Archie and wins this race. Finally, now G had won and Archie had lost. Now Archie could not do anything to G's village as per the condition. And second, now because of Archie's defeat, his dad and his brother were not going to leave him. G's dream of becoming a racer was also fulfilled. And his village was also saved by that evil Archie. After that, now finally we see all of them in the village. G, his grandma, Shelby, and Nash celebrate this victory together. They were very happy. And this story ends here by making them happy.